This is a podcast all about Bears. You either cheering for this team or just pulling your hair. I like to take a minute, just sit right back and tell you how I became the #1 Bears fan.
That boy is Benny Hunter.
Cake on the mic, cake on the mic, cake on the mic, cake on the mic. People, this the intro. Sacramento, California, born and raised. And Antelope is where I spend most of my days. Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Before I get this episode started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. Before I continue with this episode, I have to tell you guys about LinkedIn. These days, everyone knows that it can be really hard to find and hire the right candidate for your very small business or any business in general. That's exactly why LinkedIn Jobs made it easier to find people that you want to talk to faster and for free. And Bears fans, I wouldn't lie to you. If I was a boss, I would definitely go to LinkedIn Jobs because I would be able to find the right candidate that would fit my needs of my business. LinkedIn Jobs can help you find the right candidate. And Bears fans, did you know that every week nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn? You know what? I can actually use LinkedIn Jobs right now to actually get some help for this podcast. And I know that I would be able to find the right candidate with LinkedIn Jobs. All you have to do is post your job for free at linkedin.com/Wendy. That's linkedin.com/Wendy to post your job for free. So Bears fans, I have a lot to talk about today. But before I continue with today's podcast, I just want to make a huge announcement that just a couple days ago, Keek on the Mic turned 1 year old. Yes, that's right. I've been on YouTube for officially 1 year, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support, because I say this all the time, but without the support from you guys, there would be no Keek on the Mic. So make sure you keep sharing the content here on the podcast. Make sure you keep loving the Chicago Bears, because that's the only reason why I'm doing this. And make sure you stay engaged with the podcast, because I love talking to you guys about the Chicago Bears. Even if they're doing bad, it doesn't matter. It's just about us coming together and talking Chicago Bears football. So I just wanted to get that off my chest and thank you guys for all the love and support. So now moving on to today's podcast topic, which is a huge one. I'm not sure if you guys have been hearing the reports or rumors. I don't know what you want to call it. But we all know that the Bears season is over. We all know that Matt Nagy is most likely fired. Ryan Pace's future is up in the air. He may be gone as well after the season. But now there's reports and rumors going around saying that there may be some restructuring of the higher-ups, the bosses of Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace. So the big rumor going around Hallis Hall right now is that Bears president Ted Phillips has discussed distancing himself from football operations, basically stepping down from football operations and just focusing on the money side of things. Thank you, God, for answering all Bears fans' prayers. If this is true, that would be a huge move for the Chicago Bears organization as a whole. Because if he steps down and lets someone come in with football knowledge, like maybe like a Peyton Manning type of guy, maybe Louis Riddick, and actually bring in some football knowledge and not just have to deal with money, I think that would make the football organization, the Chicago Bears, a whole lot better. Freaking Ted Phillips has been there since 1983. And since 1983, I just feel like it's gone downhill. And I think this was the final straw. I'm not saying that he is going to quit and just be off the Chicago Bears team as a whole, but there is discussions about him stepping down and just taking a new role that just concerns the money side of the Chicago Bears. So basically, Dan Wiederer of the Chicago Tribune, he's a reporter for the Chicago Bears, revealed that according to multiple sources connected to the team, Phillip has privately discussed distancing himself from football operations in recent months, making a frank acknowledgement to some confidants that the organization would benefit from a leader with greater football aptitude to oversee those in charge of the on-field product. And I totally agree. I'm so happy that they're finally realizing, meaning the McCaskey family, that Ted Phillips needs to go. And just needs to go from that role. Maybe he is good with the money side of things, but we need someone in there that has a football background. Like I said, like a Peyton Manning, which there's also been rumors about maybe Peyton Manning coming over and being our new president of football operations. I don't know. It just doesn't need to be Ted Phillips. We all know the Chicago Bears were bad this year. And we all know that people are complaining about Matt Nagy, complaining about Ryan Pace, but it all starts with the higher-ups, the Bears front office. There needs to be some restructuring going on in there, and hopefully this rumor comes true and Ted Phillips actually steps down as the CEO of football operations. So this is a big nugget. I know there's going to be a lot of changes, but obviously we won't know if these changes are true or will come to life until the end of the season. So we have a couple more weeks to wait on this, but as of right now, it's going towards that direction that Ted Phillips will step down as the CEO and president of the football operations for the Chicago Bears. So like always, comment down below in the comment section and let me know how you guys are feeling about this rumor. Let's talk about it. Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you mad? Are you angry? Just let me know how you're feeling about this rumor. But like always, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms and make sure you share this episode of Kick on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, I'll be back for our all-new Bears podcast right here on Kick on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.